Today we're going to go over how to improve your metal guitar riffs. I'm just going to go over what I normally do to make the riff as cool as it can be before we add leads or effects or anything like that. If you're interested in trying to improve your guitar riffs and make your songwriting a bit better, let's jump right in. So this is the riff that we're going to record here. So far it's just let's try to add harmonics or some kind of sound just to make it a little bit different than just da-da-da-da. So I almost hear like harmonics on 2. I'm gonna punch just those notes in. Already interesting. Or maybe I do like that. Just one really adds a lot to the riff. And then maybe that one we do the constant ones. Maybe a harmonic on the first one actually. But not the dee-doo. Maybe just a doo. And again, I'm not really like recording perfectly. I'm just getting the ideas down. That's cool because before when it was an open, it just sounded random when I did the harmonic the second time, but sometimes bringing your idea that's coming up next earlier really ties in a riff. You want to change this one actually. That's cool because now we can go into just the normal opens and it's a little more special than just starting with only opens. Maybe a pick scrape now. I'm hearing now earlier, so let's change the timing slightly for this part. That's pretty cool. So we can do some sort of right before the end. I like a lot of this part over here. And I like the ending of it just being notes, but I feel like there needs to be one higher sound in there. That's pretty sick. And you know what? Sometimes the best thing for the riff is to just take the guitars out and let the drums do something cool. So in this case, so obviously next, since it's all that feel, we can obviously add some sort of chugs or some sort of chords since the whole thing is open notes and bends on the top string. Just something simple. It doesn't have to be overly complicated, but just throwing something in like that is cool. Pretty cool. Those dissonant chords almost always work for me. So I'm going to change the drums a little bit on that open part. Some sort of drum fill. So the next thing that I really like to do, and you'll probably notice it on a lot of the music I write, I really like to throw things onto the offbeat, especially later on in the riff. So likely I will just take the first beat and move it over to the next one, and then if there's an issue, I'll deal with it. Or just mute that part and let it come in naturally. That's actually cooler. I like that. And then put 2 cymbals on it to make it strong. And then one final thing that makes riffs cool, in my opinion, is when you do something only once. So over here, I'm going to do some sort of like octave higher chord. These are all simple things to do. Just from me plugging these into the riff, it sounds way cooler. So with that, I'm just going to match the drums with the guitar. So there we go. We went from this basic riff way cooler. So again, all we really did, we took the normal plain riff, still cool. Plain can be cool, still cool, but plain. And all we did was add the harmonics. And then we add a sound of a pick scrape. Spice it up a little bit, and especially get that range between the lowness of those notes and then the highness of something crazy and screechy. And it kind of interrupts the riff, which is cool. And then the next part, we actually interrupt the riff by making a little pause on the first note and then coming in on the second note. And then in there, we added the heavy chords. It's nice to contrast if you're doing a lot of notes. Throw in a chord every now and then, or throw in a bend. I didn't have to add any bends here because there's a lot of... It's basically all bends. Changing the rhythm slightly, making it cooler. And then right after, making the pause and then doing the unexpected chords that only happen once. And that makes it memorable to me. And then, of course, leaving the openness for just the drums to shine. And then we do that high pick attack thing. Instead of all 3 notes being on that 12, we do the... just to contrast a little bit more again between the high and the low notes. So this is basically what I do every time that I record one of those 1-hour challenges. I'll later go through the guitars and the riffs and just like throw in little nuances and throw in things that only happen once or something cool, or move the beat over. I hope this helps with your riff writing. If it does, just let me know down below. Throw a like, throw a comment, do whatever. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time. And if you want to learn any of those sounds that I did in this video, plus a few more, check out this video here, where I go over 5 cool sounds that you should know. Maybe I'll do more. You let me know if I should do more, okay? Anyways, thank you. I'll see you next time. See ya.